This is my third time trying to film this video. I filmed it once before and it just didn't turn out well, and then I just filmed it again, and then immediately after I deleted the footage on my camera. So if I have to film this for a fourth time, I may like have a mental breakdown because this is driving me crazy. I can't believe I deleted the footage right after filming it. I'm like kicking myself so hard for that. But anyways, this video is going to be a review and quick demonstration for the TheBalm Balm Shelter Tinted Moisturizer. I mentioned in my Birchbox unboxing that just went up before this that I just got back from vacation. My family basically has like a summer house in the mountains, so I went up there for a couple weeks, and when I'm there I really like to try lighter coverage, more minimal makeup products. So this time around I tried the TheBalm Shelter Tinted Moisturizer. I'm very new to the whole world of like tinted moisturizers and BB creams. You guys know I like my full coverage because I do have acne and a lot of scarring, but while I'm out there I really like to let my skin breathe, and like I'm not doing a whole lot, like I'm not really gonna see anyone I know or anything like that, so I tend to ease up on the makeup and I wear very light, very minimal makeup when I'm there. So this is pretty much all I wore for a solid 2 weeks, so naturally I want to share my thoughts on it with you guys. So before I jump into my kind of experience with the product, I want to talk a little bit about, you know, like the details of it and everything. So first thing is that this retails for $25 US from the TheBalm's website. And that is actually a really good price for the amount of product you get with this, because this is 64 ml or 2.15 fluid ounces, which most like foundations and complexion products are 30 ml. That's kind of the standard size. So you are actually getting over twice the amount of product with this. So it's actually a pretty good value for your money. You go buy any other like tinted moisturizer at Sephora, it's going to be like at least like 50 bucks and it'll be half the size of this. So yeah, and one thing with this, it is pretty easy to find it on sale as well. I bought mine on Hourglass. It's on there pretty regularly for like 50% off. And the balm is also sold at London Drugs here in Canada, and I've heard some people say they'll use like generic London Drugs coupons to get the balm products on sale, so there is options if you want to get it for an even better deal. So this product has SPF 18, and the only really claims that the balm has for this is that it's meant to give a really lightweight, kind of silky kind of feel to the skin. So for me, I picked up the shade Light, which I believe is the second lightest shade. They do have a total of 7 shades in the range, which obviously isn't the best, but they do have a pretty good range within those 7 shades. Like the light one is like super light, like porcelain. The lightest shade, I mean, it's extremely light, so if you have issues finding like a tinted moisturizer that's light enough for you, it might be a really good one to look into. And the thing with like tinted moisturizers, I find, because they are a lighter coverage product, there's a little bit more like wiggle room with the shade. Like obviously you want to get it as close to your skin tone as possible, but if it's like a little bit off, it's not going to be as obvious as it would be with like a full coverage foundation. For instance, this shade matched me when I like first started my vacation, when I was still like super light, and throughout my vacation as I started to get a little bit more of a tan, it still matched me at every kind of skin tone I was at. Right now I'd probably need like a little bit of bronzer just to make it like match my chest and everything, but there's definitely flexibility with the shades on a tinted moisturizer. The next thing I want to mention is kind of like a weird little nitpicky thing with the packaging, but it is in just like a standard tube, as you've probably noticed. I've been getting really frustrated with a lot of tube packaging products though, because like with products like my Tarte foundation, it's in like a very like thick, hard plastic, and I find it really hard when you start to get even like a little bit low to get the product out. So I like that this is in kind of like a more like malleable tube. I know I'm going to be able to get pretty much all of the product out of here with ease. So yeah, that's kind of a weird little nitpicky thing, like I said, but it's just a small detail that I really appreciated. So the first thing I want to say about this is that I actually really liked the amount of hydration this gives me. If you saw my Birchbox unboxing, I mentioned that I like forgot all of my toiletries and like my skincare and everything. So for the 2 weeks I was there, I didn't have moisturizer, which I have very oily skin, so it wasn't like the end of the world. I could get away with it, but my skin did get a little bit dehydrated and uncomfortable. So I like that I could apply just this and it would help my skin keep a little bit more hydrated and keep it feeling comfortable and keep it from getting kind of like tight and dry feeling. I was really happy with the amount of hydration this gave me. Keep in mind, like I said, I do have oily skin, so if you're more normal to dry, you'll probably want to layer a moisturizer with it because it might not be enough hydration for your skin. So one of the main things that drew me to this product, I was reading reviews and a lot of people were saying that it has really good coverage for a tinted moisturizer. As someone who likes more full coverage and has acne, I have always expected tinted moisturizers to have like no coverage at all, so I was actually pleasantly surprised by the amount of coverage this gives. And as you'll see in my demo that I'm adding in at the end of this video, it is obviously not going to cover up like more like pigmented scarring or any intense redness, but it still evens out the skin nicely and just makes your skin look healthier. Like obviously I think it's kind of silly to expect like totally amazing flawless coverage from a tinted moisturizer if you do have acne, but like I said, I was still very happy with the amount of coverage it gave. So another thing I really liked about this product is that the application is just so simple and easy. You just apply it with your fingers and it just has a really nice texture. Like it really just feels like a nice face lotion, spreads over your skin really nicely and doesn't get streaky at all. It's very easy to blend out just using your fingers, and the finish is really lovely as well. It just gives a very nice naturally dewy kind of look. Like you don't look oily or anything, your skin just looks very nice and healthy when you're wearing this. So my go-to look when I was on vacation was just to apply a little bit of this. I usually run like a little bit of Gimme Brow or something through my eyebrows and then put on lip glow, and I was good to go. And for me, for like vacation, that's like very ideal. That's definitely like my perfect makeup look, because I'm just like doing things like going to the pool for a few hours and like going out for lunch and things like that where I don't feel a need to get like really like dolled up or anything. I will say that the wear time on this isn't great. I was not setting it with powder most of the time, but even set with powder, it will still get like a little bit oily once you've had it on for like, I'd say probably 6+ hours. But like I said, for vacation, this was ideal for me. I wasn't looking for anything like super revolutionary and long wearing. And one thing I liked about this too is, this is going to sound weird, but since I wasn't setting it with powder, if I like went out to the pool and then I came home and we were gonna go grab dinner or whatever, and I just wanted to add like a little bit more coverage, I would just take a little bit more and just apply it over top of it, and it didn't get cakey or weird or anything like that. It worked really well. So yeah, I just liked how easy this was to work with, and I would really recommend this to anyone looking for, like I said, just something really easy that you can just throw on that's going to lightly even out your skin tone and give you some sun protection as well. I think this is a really great option as I throw it. But we are gonna go ahead and get started with the demonstration now. Alright, so I actually filmed this footage while I was on my vacation, and like I said, I didn't have any of my regular skincare, so my skin was kind of freaking out a little bit, and you guys can probably tell on top of that my nose was also a little bit sunburnt, but I guess that just means you guys are actually going to get to see how well this really covers. And like I said, I just like to apply this with my fingers, and hopefully you guys can tell how easy it is to apply it and how it's not getting like streaky or patchy or anything like that. It's just very, very easy. And then I am just adding a little bit more just in the areas where I need a bit more coverage. So here it is with just the Tinted Moisturizer on its own, and here it is with a little bit of concealer added as well. So then I wanted to include my finished look once I've added powder and bronzer and all that. Just so you can see, it actually ends up looking pretty good and pulled together despite my acne and other skin issues that I had going on at the moment. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.